Hello, folks. It's Rick Enfinger here with Will You Endure, and just want to bring you a super important video tonight about how to make money online. 3 secret tips, and realistically, they're not really secret because they're written here on the screen. I write them like this, so it kind of guide me along in the video because I always want to bring you good content, and I want to kind of know my place. Um, because I get lost sometimes, and I'm not great at this video thing, so just bear with me. If you've never been on my channel, it's called Will You Endure. Please subscribe and hit that bell notification so that we can let you know when there's another video coming out. And I'm trying to release good content every day. And if you get something out of this video, give me a thumbs up. It helps with my YouTube algorithm. That's hard for me to say, but so if you get something out of this, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment below here. Let me know if you've ever made money online or if it's something you're looking into right now, and if you have any questions, and I'll get back with you. Okay. The first thing I want to start with before we start on the 3 tips, 3 secrets is you know right now there are thousands of opportunities out there. Okay, thousands, whether it be online or offline. It doesn't make a difference. I mean, if you just want to get out there right now and make some extra money, go buy you a lawnmower, start mowing some grass. I did that. Okay, I was actually able to buy a new truck because of lawnmower. All right, so there opportunities are out there. So you cannot use the statement that, well, I can't find any opportunities. Okay, because that's not true. Now, online, there are multitudes of ways to make money. Okay. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to share the one that I'm using right now, and I hope that it fits into your what you're looking for. Okay. But whatever you're looking for, you've got to have a goal of what you're wanting, what what kind of money you're needing, and what it needs to accomplish for you. See, for me, the first time I had a guy start talking to me about this, and he said, "Well, what would you be interested in making?" And I said, "Well," and this was my thought pattern. I said, "Well, if it would work, I'd like to make an extra $5,000 or $6,000 a month because that would help me, come home and do it full time." He said, "Well, that's great." He said, "Do you believe you can?" I said, what if I can't?" He said, "Well, what if you can?" And that's going to lead me into the first point. Number one, be willing to step into the unknown. Okay. See, it was an unknown for me online. I mean, because I didn't get my first computer till I was in my mid 30s. Okay, and I was not a technical giant by no means. And I was sold on the whole thought. Again, my name is Rick Enfinger, and I'm 51 years old. And I had been sold on the whole thought of, I'm an old dog and I can't learn no new tricks. Well, that's a bunch of bullshit. Sorry about that. Sorry about the cussing. It's a bunch of bull. Whoever started that should have never started that. Okay, he should have never said that, or she should have never said that. Whoever started that should have never said that. Anybody can learn anything if they have the reason to want to. Okay, most people are just too lazy. And I'm just being honest. Okay, and for me that was pretty much what it was. And it wasn't that I was lazy overall. I was a hard worker. Okay, but I just in my mind had gotten lazy. My back wasn't. I was had a strong back, and I was willing to work. But I wasn't. Yeah, at that time I wasn't willing to learn anymore. Okay, I thought I'd learned everything I needed because that's what the system says. Go through 12 years of school, go into college, or go into a VOTEC type school, or go into the military, and you're going to learn all you're going to need to learn to go into the world. They don't really tell you, the actual way to succeed in the world. Because otherwise they would have been teaching you about assets and liabilities, which they don't teach. And I'm not going to get into that. It's another video. But be willing to step into the unknown. And what it really takes is courage. You got to be willing to step into something, and own it, and say, I can do this. Like I said, I kept making the comment, what if it doesn't work for me? Well, my online coach told me, he said, well, what if it does? And I said, well, then that'd be fantastic. He said, so why can't you just leave that thought alone? Just know that it will be fantastic when you get there. And I thought, it's a good way to think about it. So I was able to skill up, and I was able to start learning skills that are going to go with me forever. And they are generating me income, and they will generate me more and more income. Okay. So don't think that you can't learn. All right. Now, there are always 2 ways to look at it. All right. It's, and he helped me with that. Are you going to be a person like I was and say, well, what if it doesn't work? Well, okay, valid point. But you have to look at the flip side. What if it does work? You know, what is your why? What do you want to bring your spouse home from work? Do you want to buy a new car? Do you just want to make enough money? I had a guy tell me the other day, he just wanted to make enough money to get debt free. And I told him, I've got some experience with that because I did it in my life. I was married at the time, and me and my wife set out on a goal. And I told her within the next 5 years, we're going to pay everything we have off, and that include our cars, house, boat. What else we have? I had a motorcycle at the time and a couple credit cards, and she still had a little bit of school debt. And I told her, so we're going to pay it all off in the next 5 years. Of course, negative attitude. We said, well, we'll do our best, but what if we can't? I said, no, we're going to do it. And I worked my butt off. And I remember the day she called me. She said, I just wrote the last check to the bank. I said, what does that mean? She said, we own everything now. We don't get no more envelopes. And I can tell you that was that was probably one of the best days of my life. Okay. So I told the guy, I said, that is an incredible goal and dream, and I believe you can do it. I believe you can. Don't allow yourself to think that you can't. Okay. So always know there's always two ways to look at something. You've got to control the negative in your mind. Life isn't like a GPS. In other words, you can't just put your destination in there and it gives you it basically gives you the whole course to go through. That ain't the way life works. You've got to step out there with courage. You've got to step out there and give it a try. And like I said, there's tons of opportunities out there. So if you're the type of person that says there's nothing out there for me, you haven't really looked. I heard somebody the other day say, well, I've tried everything. Really? You've tried everything? Well, I mean, I've tried a lot of things. Okay, so we went from everything to a lot of things. Have you really tried a lot of things? And he said, well, I've tried a couple things. I said, okay, so we went from everything to a lot of things to a couple things. I said, let me ask one more question. He said, all right, go ahead. I said, those couple of things, did you really try? Well, yeah, I tried. I said, did you give it everything you had? Did you exhaust yourself on those couple of things? Well, no. I said, okay, then you really didn't try. And I'm not trying to give you a philosophical, lecture here, and I'm not trying to tell you how to operate your life. I'm just telling you, if you want more out of life, it's going to be you that does it. Okay, nobody's going to reach out and give it to you. Okay, that's not the way this life works. Hopefully you've figured that out by now. If you're one of those out there that are saying, I want a business, I don't have to pay nothing for it, and I want it to start generating me income tomorrow, overnight. Well, listen, if that's really your mentality and that's what you really think, I'm going to try to not be harsh here, but you have been misled. That was pretty good for me to say that because I wanted to say a few other things, but you've been misled. There's no such thing. Okay, so reach down, grab your guts, have a little courage, step out there and give it a try. I still believe in you, but you're gonna have to change your whole mindset because there's nothing out there for free. Okay, regrets. Will you regret in life more that you tried something, or will you regret in life more that you didn't try something? Because here's the question again: what if it would work for you? You know, I talk to people every day. Some say, I want to make an extra $1,000 a month. I said, okay, awesome. What if you can? Well, that'd be great. I said, okay. What if you can? Well, I just said that would be great. I said, okay. Well, what if you can? Well, I mean, what do you mean? Well, what if you can? What are you willing to do to make that extra $1,000 a month? I had a guy tell me the other day. He said, well, honestly, I'd like to get rich. And I said, okay, what's rich mean? Well, I'd like to make, I said, how much monthly? He said, well, I'd like to make $20,000 a month. And I said, well, you know, that if that's your version of rich, that's awesome. So what if you can? Well, I would buy me a new vehicle. I said, awesome. So what if you can? Well, I mean, what do you mean? I said, well, what are you willing to do to make $20,000 a month? And and maybe that's outlandish. Maybe because I couldn't have thought that big in the beginning. I would have never even thought that. I would, like I said, I wanted to make $5,000 to $6,000 a month. I was pretty certain on that number. Okay, now I can't even. My numbers are astronomical now because now my eyes have been opened. Okay, and I hope to open your eyes at the end of this video. All right. So life isn't like a GPS. Okay, it's not going to be laid out for you. You've got to be willing to go out there and and take a little risk. All right. And don't have the regret in life of, dang, I wish I would have tried that when I was younger. Okay. Or dang, I wish I would have just tried that whenever. Because you're never too old. Okay. I realize that when in learning some of these skills, I'm not too old to learn. Neither are you. I don't care how old you are. Okay. If you can talk and you can walk and you can think, you can learn. Period. That's it. Now I'm gonna let you finish this statement. If it was easy, surely you're getting this right. If it was easy, let me give you a hint. If it was easy, then everybody would be doing it. Okay. In other words, it's not supposed to be easy. Okay. You're gonna have to pay a price. Okay. You're gonna have to battle it out a little bit in the game of life. Okay. It's not going to be given to you. Somebody's not going to walk up to you and say, hey, by the way, here's you a successful online business making $10,000 a month or whatever it is. Here, I've done it all the work for you. Nobody's going to do that. I hope you realize that. They're not going to do that. Okay. So if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it. All right. So stop allowing yourself to think that you're okay with just being mediocre or average. Be willing to be more than that. Okay. You are given seeds of greatness. All right. And like I said, I'm not going to get into a religious talk, but I believe that in my heart. You were given seeds of greatness. So go out there and be great. In whatever fashion you want to do that, go out there and be great. If this opportunity ain't for you, okay, that's fine. Find the one that is. And take these 3 tips with you. Okay? Number 2, allow for failure. People are so scared to fail. You know, Michael Jordan said one time, they asked him a question. They said, how does it feel to know that you've got the most missed attempts? Of anybody in basketball. I think it was anybody in the league or however the question went. And he said, well, all I know is this. If I get the ball, I shoot it. He said, because the next part of that question is this. How does it feel to know that you scored the most in the game? How does it feel to know that you've made the most, whatever, I don't remember if it was 3 points or whatever he had made, in the game. But, so see there again, he knew there was always 2 ways to look at it. He only had the most missed shots because he had the most shots that he made. Because he was always willing to try. That was Michael Jordan. Okay. Sometimes it's the best way to learn. For me, I'm kind of hard headed, and maybe some of y'all relate to that. I mean, um, you know, for me, failure has been one of the number one ways for me to learn. It takes almost like a kick in the head for me to learn stuff. Okay. So don't be scared of it. And I see parents a lot of times really protect their children. I mean, they protect them so much that and it's because they're so scared that they'll fail. My dad, and by I'm not trying to compare parents. Wherever I had a great set of parents. My dad bought me a mini bike when I was real young. Of course, I didn't know how to ride it, but I wanted one, and he bought it. And I ran out, and I run right through the barbed wire fence on our property. Now I don't remember. I was probably 5 years old, maybe. And I skinned me up pretty bad. I was cut up pretty bad. I was bawling, just crying, everything else. He walked over real calmly. He didn't come running. He walked over real calmly and asked me. He said, "You all right?" I said, "Yes, sir. I'm pretty good." I was all upset. Of course, I was more of a poor piddle for me at that time. I wanted a little bit of attention. Yes, sir. I'm okay. He reaches down, picks up my motorcycle, knocks the dirt off the handles. I said, "All right, there you go." I looked at him kind of funny. I stopped crying because I was kind of confused. I thought, what do you mean, there you go? He said, get back on. I said, I just run into the barbed wire fence. He said, yeah, don't do it again. Get back on. And I thought, holy mackerel. Let me tell you something. That was probably one of the best lessons I ever got in life. Okay. Another note on here is Edison. Thomas Edison, I always remember, I misquote this. Some people say it was 2,000 experiments. Some people say it was 10,000. It doesn't really matter because I hope you get the point. A guy asked Thomas Edison, he said, how does it feel to know that you failed 2,000 times or 10,000, whatever it was? Thomas Edison said, well, I don't know who you're talking to. The reporter said, I'm talking to you. You failed 2,000. He said, no, I didn't. I never failed. I found 2,000 ways or 10,000 ways, whichever one it is, 2,000 ways that it wouldn't work. You understand? Okay? And to finish that statement, it's kind of a subliminal type thing there. I found 2,000 ways it wouldn't work. And here's the subliminal part. But I invented it anyway. He made the light bulb. Okay? So, you have to understand that success don't always come easy. Okay? In this opportunity, I'm going to talk to you about it. It's a simple business plan, but I can tell you this, it does require work. All right. You're going to have to, invest in yourself and learn some skills. You're going to have to invest in yourself and learn, how to talk a little bit and how to, educate yourself. And you're going to have to, invest in your business. Okay. Because what I'm going to talk to you about is going to be your business if you choose for it to be. And it's a real business. Okay. And they're going, like I said, if it's not for you, that's okay. I appreciate you coming to my channel. And again, please subscribe. And pay attention, because I'm hoping to always be bringing you good content. Now let's go to the last one, number 3, and this one, I can't say any of them are more important than others, but this was probably one of the hardest ones for me. Protect yourself against your don't quit attitude. Protect your don't quit attitude. Now what that means is, I believe each and every one of us have a don't quit attitude. Okay, we don't want to quit. We don't want to start something and then quit. Number one, I would even, I've never had a quit attitude. Of course, I wasn't raised with one, but I would always be scared to admit to somebody I had to quit, or I had to back down or whatever. That would drive me crazy. But I believe each and every one of us have that don't quit attitude. But here's one of the problems, and this is where it got me. Okay, I had a negative voice in my head. And I still do occasionally now. I've beat it down enough now where it's controllable. But it's that voice that says, who are you? What makes you think you can do this? Or here was the voice in my head. What makes you think you can learn a skill online? You don't know nothing about online. I mean, who are you to even think you could do that? Well, you got to guard against that. Okay, you got to be willing to talk back to yourself. And like I said, I've become a pro at that. Of course, some people look at you a little weird, but who cares? I don't care. Okay. One of my goals in this business is I want to be able to, because this business will afford me to have time freedom and location freedom, which are very important to me. In other words, I'm going to be able to do my business on a beach, on a tropical island, with a laptop and an internet connection. And I look forward to doing that. And I'm not a big beach guy. Now, what I love to saltwater fish. So most likely, I probably won't be on the beach. I'll be getting onto a saltwater boat. Okay, I have to stay, within a few miles of shore so I can get my internet connection. And I'll work a couple hours, and then I'll say, Captain, let's head on out so we can catch the big ones. But that to me, that is going to be my dream day. All right, and honestly, I still have that voice in my head that says, "What makes you think you could do that?" Well, just like my coach told me, what if you can? What if you can make that true? Well, that right there drives me, and I'm going to. And I hope, honestly, if you're a big fisherman, I hope to see you there, or a fisherwoman. It doesn't matter. I hope to see you there. Hope to see you on that beach. When I get back in, if you're not a big fisherman, meet me at the restaurant. I'm sure that beautiful location where we're going to be, which is going to be a fancy resort, they have a great restaurant. They all do. Meet me there. I'll see you there. That's what I look forward to. Okay. Um, will you allow others to steal your dream? There's always friends and family out there, and they think they're protecting you, and they're always telling you, I'm not sure about that thing. I don't really see how it works, or it's what I had a friend of mine tell me the other day. I said the other day, it's been about a month ago. He said, how's that deal working for you? I said, well, it's working real good. And he said, oh, really? He said, you making any money? And I said, yes, sir. Yeah, I sure am. Well, how come you're still at work? And I said, well, I've not made my goals yet. Oh, okay, so it's not working that good. And I go, no, it's working exactly, as I want it to. And I said, and as I put more work into it, it'll work better. So so you're still going to quit? And I said, yes, sir, I am. I sure am. Huh. Well, I sure don't see how it works. And what's funny, the guy never even looked at it. Because he's one of those that it can't work, right? It just can't work. And what a lot of people do, they try to protect you. Honestly, I believe they have a good heart. And they just don't want to see you get hurt. But really, what I have learned is a lot of people, they've accepted mediocre or average, and they don't really want to see you jump out of that. Okay. I heard a guy talk about this one time. And it was called crabs in a bucket. He said, do you know if you throw a bunch of crabs in a bucket, the crabs on the bottom will always reach up and pull the other crabs on top down so that they can't reach out of the bucket? And I never knew that. I've never watched the crabs, but that was a good, I don't know, it was not an analogy. I forget what they call that. A parable, maybe. It's basically you're settled into the groove and you're comfortable, so you don't want those around you to step away from you, because it makes you look kind of bad, because it basically says you could have done it too, but you were just too lazy or just didn't have enough belief in yourself, so you reach up and pull them down. Okay, so don't be a crab in a bucket, and don't let anybody steal your dream. If you want to make extra money, then make it. If you want to do this, do it. Don't quit. Don't jump in and go, well, I'm just going to give it a little try. No, don't do it. Okay. It's just kind of like, my football coach told me a long time ago. He said, we're going to get off, go into this game tonight and we're going to win. We're all like, wow, that's an awful bold statement. He said, why wouldn't we think that way? Why would we think any other way? Because the only other way to think is you're either going to win or you're going to lose. He said, are y'all thinking that you're going to lose? And we're like, no. He goes, so why only just allow yourself to think I'm going to win? And I thought, wow, that's a good way to think about it. I'm going to win. And here's winning. Let me understand what winning means. You set the timetable. If you want to make an extra $1,000 a month or $10,000 a month or $100,000 a month, that's where I'm at right now. Okay. I have met a guy who makes several $100,000 a year, and he just had a month, just a few months ago. I don't remember exactly. Maybe about 2 or 3 months ago, he had a month where he made $100,000, and and I seen the proof, and I thought, wow, that's me now. Okay. And here's the thing. Why not you? Okay. Why do we always think, and I guess maybe it's just a human instinct or something, I'm not sure. Or maybe we've allowed others to destroy our brains, because we think so negative. There's whole environmental thing going out there, and it's the environmental pressures and stuff like that. I'm not going to get off into that. I was just reading a book about it. But, don't allow others to steal your dream. It's your dream. If you want to make $1,000, then make it. And you win when you make it. Notice I said when you make it. If you want to make $5,000 a month, you win when you make it. Nobody said you had to do it tomorrow. Nobody said it was going to take a month. Nobody said that it wasn't, you didn't have to learn some skills. Nobody said that it was going to be easy. Remember, I said it's simple, but not easy. It takes hard work. Okay? I do this outside of a full-time job. I do a minimum of probably 2 hours a day. Sometimes I get excited and I do 4 or 5 hours on the weekends. All right? But, once you start seeing success, you get pretty into it. Okay? And I'm, like I said, I'm pumped up about this. Super pumped. All right? So, again, be willing to step into the unknown. Have the courage. Allow for failure. Sometimes it's the best way to learn. Okay? And protect your don't quit attitude. Guard against that voice and against those out there who might try to steal your dream. All right? I appreciate you coming to my channel. Again, like I said, if you've never subscribed to it, please subscribe. And if you got anything out of this video, give me a thumbs up. And, oh, by the way, the first link below this video is the opportunity I was talking to you about. It's a free video to watch. It's a friend of mine by the name of Dave, and he will lay out a 15-day challenge to basically, teach you how to make money online. And that's the simplicity of it. If you want to learn how to make money online, watch that video. Follow along with the instructions and watch it. And if it grabs a hold of you and you start thinking, like I said, there's always 2 ways to look at it. You start thinking, what if I could? Always hold on to that. because I believe you can. And I don't know you. Okay, I don't make any guarantees, because I don't know your work ethic. But if your work ethic is anything even close to mine, and I'm not trying to brag on myself, but I'm a hard worker. Okay, and I don't quit. All right. So if you're anything like me, do it. Get in it. And meet me on the beaches of the world. Meet me at that restaurant. Go fishing with me. Sit out on the beach, and I will in the mornings when it's cooler. I just ain't gonna sit out there in the heat. But sit out there and on a tropical island with your laptop next to mine, and we'll sit out there and do what little bit of work we got to do, and then we'll go have fun. Okay? Come on. Subscribe to my channel. Check out that video. Check out that link below this video, and watch the video. And watch a video by a friend of mine named Dave. He's way better on the video than I am. Just to give you a heads up, he's pro on the video. I'm like I said, I'm learning. I'm getting there. All right. Thanks. Talk to you later.